Hello, friends. I am currently sitting in a random McDonald's parking lot because I'm out with my boyfriend right now. But I wanted to give a little update about me going no contact with my family. So, as of 2 days ago, it has been a month since I went no contact with my toxic, abusive family. On Father's Day, I went to visit, and I almost never go over there on holidays. This was the first time in a really long time because I wanted to give it a shot because I do love and miss my family, and my sister is also pregnant, and her baby shower was the day before Father's Day, so I went to stay the weekend at my parents' house to try to be, an involved daughter and auntie and whatnot, and try to repair our relationships. I have been in therapy since I moved out, so I went over there. I had a really bad feeling, and it did not go well at all. And the same toxic abusive cycles happened, and my dad kind of kicked me out on Father's Day, and I wanted to leave anyway, so my boyfriend came and picked me up, and I left. And I was completely re-traumatized by the whole thing, like the cycle of abuse that I guess never really changed. And so the past month has been an emotional roller coaster. For the first 3 weeks, I was just terrified. Like, I did not want to leave my room, and I was pretty much in bed that whole time, like hiding from the world because I felt scared of it again. And then for like the week after that, I felt like it kind of turned into depression. Like, I was just so tired. I'm still so tired. But a few days ago was me and my boyfriend's 6-year anniversary. And so it was like the first time we've been able to really celebrate it and go out in a long time. Like, we can't even go on dates anymore because we've been poor and homeless until somewhat recently. So we ended up going out, just exploring random places, and I noticed a significant change in me. And it was like I was the me that's always been in me without overthinking it and like trying to be the me that my parents kind of created. Like, I've always been very scared and shy and insecure, and that's all still there, but I didn't let it stop me from doing anything I wanted to do. Like, I swam in a couple lakes, I talked to strangers, I did things that typically I would stop myself from doing. And I kind of just feel like I'm getting the chance finally to kind of blossom into the person that I was meant to be. But it's also been, a pretty bad grieving process because I really do love my family, and I want us to get along and, not mistreat each other. But while I was there, I was just realizing how icky I felt around them, even though I constantly miss them, like, all the time. But I was just realizing, like, everything feels so fake and uncomfortable and, like, performative, kind of, everything just felt kind of staged. Then when my dad blew up on me, and then the rest of my family kind of fell into their typical roles, and my dad's a narcissist, by the way. It just was validation for me that, like, no, this is real. This is really what happened. This is really how it's been. And this is unfortunately how it still is. Because I'm the one in therapy trying to make it work. And I'm not even the one, mistreating anyone. I'm not perfect, but, like, there's no malice from me. It's just love, understanding, and far too much forgiveness. But none of them are in therapy trying to improve themselves. And until that happens, I kind of realized I just need to give myself space to not let them live in my head constantly and let myself be who I want to be without worrying about their judgment. Because over the past few years, like, if I try to tell them anything, especially if it's something positive that I've done or something positive in my life, they try to tear it down, because they don't like my being independent, and they don't seem to like my joy. So for the first few weeks of going no contact, I was really depressed because, I was hoping my dad would apologize for screaming at me, at the very least. And of course, that never happened because he's a narcissist and they don't do that. And, I've been working through it with my therapist and kind of like accepting that this is how it is. And I am lucky to be in a position where I get to decide how I react or don't react. So I just haven't reached out at all. My mom keeps texting me, apologizing, saying things like, "I'm sorry, Dad screamed at you like that, and he should never ever do that." But that's the thing. He should never ever do that, and yet you've been with this man since I was 2, and he's always done that. And so I feel bad for my mom because when I'm not around, she's definitely the scapegoat. But again, that whole relationship was her choice, not mine. And I get to make the choice for me now as an adult to not be in that environment. And, I wish she would also choose that for herself, and I hope she does at some point. But I'm learning how to let go of them, really. Their feelings, their manipulation, the choices they make, that's all them. Like, they're free to make whatever choices they want, and so am I. And it's really liberating to realize I don't have to be my mom's mom. Because that's how I felt since I was, as long as I can remember, like a toddler. I've always had to take care of my mom and emotionally support her. Meanwhile, I had no one, and I was being abused the whole time. So for the first little while after Father's Day, I had a hard time letting go of the responsibility that was placed on me as an infant of being the peacemaker and the parent of my parents. And I was super, super, super depressed because I felt like I was in the wrong. Like, I was the bad one for hurting them, for not responding, for not just acting like nothing happened, like has always been expected of me, and just continuing the cycle. But I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, look, a squirrel. Oh, I scared him away. Sorry. But then on mine and my boyfriend's anniversary, I realized how much I had actually changed and how much lighter I feel and how much more confident in myself I feel. And I brought it up to my therapist, and she's saying, like, this is probably a good thing for me, even though it went worse than I even expected it would. But I'm finally able to let them go. And it's only been a month, and I feel so much better already. Like, I was so consumed with guilt the first few weeks, and it's only in the last week that I realized, like, I feel more like myself than I have in so long, and I don't have to worry about them trying to tear me down, about them criticizing me or judging me or telling me what to do or how to act or what to feel. And it's awesome. And I feel like I really needed something like big and terrible like that to happen for me to know that it was okay to let them go. And now I can just be myself without overthinking it. And it's freaking awesome. I love it so much. Obviously, I still have a lot of things to work out and a lot of grief and trauma to work through. But I didn't realize I could feel so much better in such a short time. I even felt bad for going... I felt bad for going no contact, and I was asking my boyfriend and therapist, like, is this the right thing? Like, I feel like I need to, but like, I really don't want to be like the bad guy. But like, I'm realizing this is what I needed, and I don't know how long I'm going to be no contact because it wasn't something I planned. But I know that right now this is what I need, and I feel so much better. It's incredible. I just don't think that me and my family are compatible. Like, we all just have clashing personalities, and it's really toxic and abusive. And even, because I moved a couple hours away from them, and even when I talk with my mom on the phone or she texts me, like when she tells me she loves me, I feel icky. And like, yeah, I love my mom, but it's hard to say it back for some reason. And like, I feel really gross. It feels wrong. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like taboo for some reason. And I think I just need to step away from it. My boyfriend always points it out. Like after I speak to my family, especially my mother, like I get really depressed and I just feel yucky for the rest of the day. But as of right now, this past month has been extremely depressing and distressing, but I think it's exactly what I needed because I'm already healing so much and I feel free. And I'm kind of excited to see like what I'm actually capable of, because my family tried to hold me back on purpose. They never wanted me to leave or become independent or speak out against them or anything like that. And now I just get to like speak my truth, the truth of them in the situation. It just wasn't good. And I feel silly now because my boyfriend's mom is also a narcissist and very abusive, and we became homeless because she physically attacked him for something someone else did because, they have to take it out on the scapegoat. And so we left and became homeless for a while. And he hasn't spoken to her since that night. We're not homeless anymore, by the way. I mean, we're always like a month away from becoming homeless again, but that's another story. That first night we spent on the street, in our RV, but on the street, my boyfriend woke up the next morning and said that was the best sleep he had ever had because he was free of his mother, and he hasn't spoken to her since that night. It's been 3 years now, I think, and she still texts him trying to manipulate him and abuse him and guilt him into coming back, and it's not going to work. He's a lot stronger than I am and smarter too. And I always tell my boyfriend, like, I'm so sorry that, you felt you had to go no contact. I'm really sorry that she treated you that way. I wish she treated you better. And he always just kind of like shrugs it off, like, I feel way better now. Like, I'm free. Like, I don't care anymore. And like, I never believed it because like, I know how emotionally attached I was to my mother. I've always been. Kind of like an emotional codependency there that she trained into me. But now, after only a month of not talking to my toxic family, I'm like, dude, rock on. Because at the 3-year mark, you must feel so freaking awesome and free. And I'm so proud of him and I'm so happy for him. And I don't know if, I'm going to go several years without talking to my family. I don't know. It does kind of suck that my sister's first baby is due in a month, and I really want to be a present auntie, but I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm not my best self. If I'm going to be in my niece's life, I want to be my best self, and I don't know how to go about that yet, but being around my family does not make me feel my best. So that's where I am now, and I'm sorry if it was all over the place. Oh, pretty, look at all the birds. I didn't take any notes or anything, but I feel way better after just 1 month, and I can't wait to see what I grow into and what's possible for me. And I'm mostly excited for the freedom of being able to be myself without that yucky feeling that drags me down that I get when I speak to my family. So it's been awesome. I feel awesome. And I'm so glad that I gave them the chance to show me who they are, which is exactly who they've always been. Thank you for listening. If you are no contact with your family, please share your stories of how you've been able to grow and express yourself as a person. And if you're thinking about going no contact, if it's really hurting you and taking a toll on your mental health and your confidence, it might be worth a shot. Because I was not planning on doing this, but I knew after what happened on Father's Day that I couldn't continue to communicate with them, at least for a while. So anyway, if you also have toxic parents, just know that I love you, you are enough, you deserve great things, and all you need to be is yourself. I love you. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.